how to talk to your kids? Visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Become a part of the Chattanooga FC family. Season tickets are available now, offering you the best seats and exclusive perks. Enjoy priority access, special events, and much more. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the game, there's a place for you with CFC. Visit cfctix.com and secure your season tickets today. Together, we're unstoppable, and together, we make every game an event to remember. Chattanooga FC, where loyalty meets passion.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My Grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Tune in to the Chattanooga Kickoff Network for live broadcasts of every Chattanooga Football Club match. Hear every goal, every save, and every moment of excitement from the comfort of your home. Don't miss a second of the action, whether you're at home or on the go. Follow us on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network and stay connected with all the live updates and commentary. Experience the game as if you were right there in the stadium. Chattanooga Kickoff Network, bringing the game to you.
At this very moment, Doctors Without Borders is on the ground in communities around the world, delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most. Our teams are bandaging war-wounded patients caught in the crossfire in Sudan, providing clean drinking water in Haiti, and performing emergency C-sections in Yemen. Doctors Without Borders teams are in over 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving work is made possible by our movement of supporters, people like you who help our patients even when they're half a world away. At Doctors Without Borders, we won't stop working to bring our patients and their communities from crisis to care.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Hi, I'm EJ Williams for American Humane. For thousands of years, dogs have been our best friends in our worst times. Today, we're also learning that our best friends, millions of whom are abandoned each year, are often the best medicine when people are facing obstacles. To help both people and animals, organizations like American Humane have been working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, finding animals in need of forever homes and training them as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help our veterans, the elderly, and children overcome the daily obstacles of life. In this way, the rescued can become the rescuers. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Show your Chattanooga FC pride everywhere you go with official club gear. From stylish hats and tees to cozy hoodies and scarves, we've got everything you need to represent your team. Visit our online store at chattanoogaFC.com or or stop by our merchandise stands at Finley Stadium. Gear up and wear your colors proudly. Let's paint the city blue together. Chattanooga Football Club. Your team, your style, your gear.
Looking for a fun, exciting night out for your family? Look no further. We've got it. Chattanooga Football Club matches are the perfect family-friendly event. Enjoy the game, food trucks, and activities for kids of all ages. Make memories and support your local club. Visit ChattanoogaFC.com for schedule and ticket information. From thrilling goals to community spirit, there's something for everyone. Chattanooga Football Club, where soccer and community
Want
come
to get
together.
out of just about anything and look like an earth-saving hero? Just use the environment excuse. High school reunion? Ooh, sorry, can't. Planetary obligations. Unfortunate bridesmaid's dress. Unfortunately, you promised the climate you'd buy more vintage. Chauffeuring teens? Yeah, the earth really needs them to hoof it. That's right, the environment is always the best excuse. So go ahead, ask your bae to dim all the lights because carbon emissions. Tell your dad-botted dad to eat more plants, for the planet, obviously. Kindly tell the kids to stop asking for a new phone. I mean, e-waste, right? Find your out and opt in to cutting carbon. Just visit theenvironmentexcuse.org. A public service announcement brought to you by WildAid.
This is the Chattanooga Kickoff Network, home of football in the scenic city. Are you ready to enjoy the beautiful game together? Today's broadcast is proudly brought to you on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network.
Gathers it up on the edge of the 18, looking for help, gets around a defender, well struck, he scores! 1-0 Chattanooga Football Club! Arches delivers a strike left side, 2-1 Chattanooga lead! Chattanooga Football Club out in front! Approaches, strikes right side, it's saved! Chattanooga Football Club wins in the shootout!
Hi Chattanooga FC fans! We've got an exciting lineup for you today as we gear up for kickoff. Jump into the conversation on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Your insights and enthusiasm significantly strengthen our community. You can find game day content, like our starting 11, game day guides, last-second information, and more now by visiting us on social media at Chattanooga FC. Game day snapshots? We'd love to see them. Tag us in your photos. Your vibrant energy.
Show your Chattanooga FC pride everywhere you go with official club gear. From stylish hats and tees to cozy hoodies and scarves, we've got everything you need to represent your team. Visit our online store at ChattanoogaFC.com or stop by our merchandise stands at Finley Stadium. Gear up and wear your colors proudly. Let's paint the city blue together. Chattanooga Football Club. Your team, your style, your gear.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Tune in to the Chattanooga Kickoff Network for live broadcasts of every Chattanooga Football Club match. Hear every goal, every save, and every moment of excitement from the comfort of your home. Don't miss a second of the action, whether you're at home or on the go. Follow us on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network and stay connected with all the live updates and commentary. Experience the game as if you were right there in the stadium. Chattanooga Kickoff Network, bringing the game to you.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Chattanooga, every game day is an experience with the Chattanooga Football Club. From thrilling matches at Finley Stadium to community events and fan meetups, there's something for everyone. Join us and be a part of the action. Visit ChattanoogaFC.com for tickets, schedules, and all the latest news. Let's come together and support our team like never before. Chattanooga Football Club, one city, one team, one goal.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hey Chattanooga, show your pride for the Chattanooga Football Club. Our team, our city, our pride. Join us at Finley Stadium and experience the thrill of live soccer. From heart-stopping goals to electrifying saves, there's nothing like the roar of the crowd. Get your tickets now at ChattanoogaFC.com and bring your friends and family for an unforgettable night. Together we can make this season one for the record books. Let's pack the stands and show our team the support they deserve.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
For your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
Welcome Chattanooga FC fans to Pre-Game Chat. We're counting down to kickoff. Today, we've got all the latest team news, key player insights, and your starting 11. Plus, we'll break down the tactics that could make the difference on the pitch in this one. Stay with us as we get you ready for game time. This is Pre-Game Chat, your ultimate pre-game destination for everything Chattanooga FC. Here's your host, Gabriel Shrine.
Game day! Welcome into tonight's matchup between Chattanooga Football Club and Chicago Fire 2. Tonight's action from SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, Illinois. I'm Gabriel Schrei. I'll bring you all the action tonight. The anticipation high as Chattanooga Football Club looks to put some distance between themselves and their opponents at the top of the Eastern Conference standings. Let's dive right into the game preview tonight. Chattanooga Football Club coming into this match sitting in second place in the Eastern Conference with just 25 points. They're just behind first place in the league. Their record stands at 6 wins, 2 losses, and 4 draws. 3 of those wins have come on shootout points. They're riding high after a narrow but thrilling 1-0 victory against New England Revolution, thanks to a stunning bicycle kick from Mehdi Wamry. Let's hear some post-game remarks from head coach Ron Underwood on Chattanooga's success against New England.
For us, right, we got a lot of guys in the locker room that can make plays, and that's Mehdi made a play tonight, right? Other guys, G made some good plays. Other guys made some good plays, and yeah, I mean, we weren't at our best tonight, but you know, we're still building, we're still growing, we're still doing things. So, you know, at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points, regardless of what it looks like.
Talking about what it looks like, first half was a little bit on the cagier side for both teams. What would you say was, how did you feel about that performance? And then at halftime, what were you looking to change, if anything?
Yeah, I mean, we had some points that we wanted to get across, you know, how we were defending in certain parts of the field and what we were doing when we get in around the goal, and that was something that we really talked about at halftime, having a little bit better possession and having quality in the possession. The quality of the possession wasn't great, but you know, it's what it is. There's a difference in having the standard and reaching the standard. And some of those guys tonight reached that standard, and the goal line clearance, Gene saves, that's a standard that we expect. Sometimes we don't always reach that standard.
Red card around halfway into the second half really changed the tide of the game. What was the reaction from the coaching staff, and what did you guys look to do after that red card?
Well, there really wasn't much a reaction because red cards can go either way. You know, red cards can go either way. That could give them energy and fire that, hey, we're going to really fight this thing, or, you know, fight this thing, go for it, or sit in and hope we don't lose. And in this league, hope you don't lose, you get a penalty. Go to penalties, right? So, you know, we just wanted to like keep going and keep trying to do what we're good at doing.
Speaking of good at doing, what a goal. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to see an overhead kick, right? It's always nice to see it. And that's really, again, like that's not the expectation, but we know that we feel like if he's in and around the box consistently, then he has a chance to make some plays to score some goals. So.
Got a debut from Minjay Kwok today. What would you make of his performance today?
I thought Minjay was good. I mean, I've chased Minjay for 2 years. I've tried to sign Minjay for 2 years, and we finally got him, and he was hurt, and so I'm really excited to see what he can do, and I'm glad he got his time tonight.
And is there anything that we didn't talk about that you think it's important to have?
Yeah, just the fans, right? I mean, they stuck it out through the rain, and you know, they cheered us on regardless of how we were playing, and the support is unbelievable, and just, you know, all we can do is say thank you for those. And then the locker room, right? It's about the players. Players come in, players perform. No matter what, they didn't do exactly how we maybe drew it up, but they worked. And that's the baseline. Show up to work, and show up to do things.
That is Chattanooga head coach Rod Underwood after the 1-0 victory over New England Revolution 2. Chicago Fire 2, on the other hand, they're hot on Chattanooga's heels, sitting in third place, 20 points. A solid record, 5 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws. They've done really well. They're in great form coming off of a pair of wins in a row. First against Columbus Crew and then Toronto FC. A 4-1 victory over Toronto in thrilling fashion. David Pareba scoring twice in stoppage time. Let's talk key players to watch for tonight. For Chattanooga Football Club, let's keep an eye on Mehdi Wamry. He scored that brilliant bicycle kick. It put him at SportsCenter's top 10 number 2 spot on Sunday for a reason. Goalkeeper Gene Antoine will be crucial as well, having made some vital saves to keep Chattanooga's sheet clean against New England, their first of the year. Let's hear some post-game remarks from Mehdi after the stunner he scored against the Revolution.
The game was difficult, but we did it together, and sometimes the football is like this. We don't play really well, but the most important is win and take 3 points at home.
How did the weather become a factor? Was the rain, did it really change a lot of things in the game?
Yeah, a little bit. Today was raining, so the sensation is not the same when we have the ball. We try to keep the ball, but we can't control the weather, so it is what it is.
It was one of those cagier games. How did you guys stay tough in defense to go on and win it later on?
During the break, the coach speak in the locker room, and just we go in second half focus, and together with this mentality, and that's it.
All right. Tell me about the goal. What did you see? How did it happen?
We work the set pieces in the training, and I know Alex gonna play in second post for Jude. Jude try to pass the ball, and just I smell I can do bicycle, and was great goal.
Do you work on those often in training?
Not really, but thank God was good today.
Tell me about the fans that came out today, stuck it out throughout that weather.
Yeah, thank you the fans for the support, because the weather was not good, and a lot of fans come to the stadium for support us, and I really appreciate. So thank you the fans of CFC.
And is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to add?
Just we need to keep going because the season is long, and we have more games away. So every game is important, and we try to do the best every game.
Thank you.
Have you ever had a bicycle goal?
In my career? No, it's my first bicycle in Chattanooga and in my professional career.
He says, thank the fans. I think the fans are thanking Mehdi after he scored that nuts golazo, man. Absolutely unreal bicycle kick. And that's what pushed Chattanooga over the top for that 1-0 victory against New England Revolution. Tonight taking on Chicago Fire 2, Mehdi Wamry. That was him. He's the player to watch for Chattanooga Football Club. On the other side of things, for Chicago Fire, David Pareba, the man to watch. He leads the team with 7 goals this season. He's their key playmaker. He's in the starting lineup. Leads in minutes played, key passes, and shots on target. And Ludovic has said he's hoping Pareba can continue his line form tonight. We'll see if he can. Let's take a closer look at some of the strategies we might see tonight. Chattanooga Football Club is going to look to capitalize on their strong defensive performance and transition quickly into attack. They had a great performance last time out. They're going to look to keep that going, especially against a club that just scored 4 goals against Toronto. They're going to need to be really wary of Chicago's set-piece threat. Chicago scored from a corner and a penalty in their last match against Toronto. Chicago Fire, on the other hand, they're going to look to dominate possession and create opportunities through midfield play. They'll be keen to exploit any gaps in Chattanooga's defense and get their ball to the danger man, David Pareba. For those of you just joining us, we're getting ready for an exciting Eastern Conference clash between Chattanooga Football Club and Chicago Fire 2. The match kicks off at 7:03 Eastern Time. We're going to have a little bit of commentary and analysis right up to it. I'm going to take a break, but when we do come back, we'll have more of pregame chat, more coverage on the match tonight at SeatGeek Stadium, and of course, your starting 11, all here on the Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Show your Chattanooga FC pride everywhere you go with official club gear. From stylish hats and tees to cozy hoodies and scarves, we've got everything you need to represent your team. Visit our online store at chattanooga.fc.com or stop by our merchandise stands at Finley Stadium. Gear up and wear your colors proudly. Let's paint the city blue together. Chattanooga Football Club. Your team, your style, your gear.
Hi, I'm EJ Williams for American Humane. For thousands of years, dogs have been our best friends in our worst times. Today, we're also learning that our best friends, millions of whom are abandoned each year, are often the best medicine when people are facing obstacles. To help both people and animals, organizations like American Humane have been working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, finding animals in need of forever homes and training them as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help our veterans, the elderly, and children overcome the daily obstacles of life. In this way, the rescued can become the rescuers. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
We're back with more pregame chat. Here's your host, Gabriel Schrei.
Welcome back. Pre-game chat. We're getting ready and counting down to kickoff, which is coming up really shortly at SeatGeek Stadium, Chicago, Illinois. The Chicago Fire playing host to Chattanooga Football Club here on CKRN. Glad you're along for the ride. Hope you're enjoying our little pre-game chat, pre-game kick-around, talking the action tonight. Taking a look at the season stats of these two clubs, Chicago Fire leads in total shots per game, 15.5 to Chattanooga's 12.5. Shots on goal, they're deadlocked, 5.2 each per match on average. Blocked shots, both at about 3.5. Total passes, Chattanooga dominates the passing. They've got 515 completed connections per match compared to the 413 of Chicago. The passing accuracy also trends towards Chattanooga Football Club, 86.5% to the 82.7 of Chicago Fire. Corners, though, Chicago leads that category 5-3 over Chattanooga Football Club, and that's what I mentioned during our first segment. We're going to keep a really close eye on set pieces. I think they're going to be a difference maker tonight in this match between Chicago and Chattanooga. So glad you're with us. I'm Gabriel Schrei. It's Pro Side Soccer MLSNP action from Chicago, Illinois. Chicago Fire playing host to Chattanooga Football Club. You're tuned in to pregame chat. Chattanooga Football Club 6-2-4, 6 wins, 2 losses, 4 draws. Chicago Fire 5-2-3. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll get into the standings and have our starting lineups for tonight's match between Chicago and Chattanooga on CKRN.
Your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Tune in to the Chattanooga Kickoff Network for live broadcasts of every Chattanooga football club match. Hear every goal, every save, and every moment of excitement from the comfort of your home. Don't miss a second of the action, whether you're at home or on the go. Follow us on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network and stay connected with all the live updates and commentary. Experience the game as if you were right there in the stadium. Chattanooga Kickoff Network, bringing the game to you.
We're back with more pre-game chat. Here's your host, Gabriel Schride.
We're about ready to go. SeatGeek Stadium, Chicago, Illinois. It's the Chicago Fire playing host to Chattanooga Football Club on CKRN. Glad you're with us. Chattanooga Football Club 6-2-4 this season. 6 wins, 2 losses, 4 draws. Chicago Fire 5 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws. Both desperately need these points. And taking a look at the overall standings in the league, not just the Eastern Conference, St. Louis on top, first in the league with 27 total points. Philly Union right behind them with 26. North Texas and Chattanooga deadlocked to 25 points apiece. Chicago at 9th overall. MLSNP at 20 points in league standings. 14 of these 29 clubs vying for top positions this season in the Eastern Conference. Philly Union leads the East with 25 points. Chattanooga right behind them. They have one more loss, even though they're deadlocked in points. In the West, St. Louis City standing out with 27. Ventura and LAFC 2 close behind. The intensity of the playoff race in full form, and we're enjoying it. Our starting 11 tonight, first we'll look at the home side Chicago Fire. Gal, Rochester, Canix, Shannon, Doof, Hauer, Hyatt, Pareba, Perba, Borso, and Shakaluk. Some substitutes, Nashi, Ramirez, Souden, Cali, Cups, Granda, and Loss. I think we'll see Granda tonight, Souden as well. They've got some academy products that have been very good, representing the United States internationally in some less than senior matches, and they've got some workouts as well, so I'm excited to see these guys. For Chattanooga Football Club, between the posts, it's Antoine, Perez, Villafara, Sarsar, Williams, Arthur, Jimenez, Aranzazu, the captain McGrath, Gray, Ibata, and Wamry, all getting the start for Chattanooga Football Club. On the bench, look for Burke, Prepelitsa, Screen, Garcia Sosa, Karen, Quack, and James to come into the match. We'll see who does come in as this one progresses, and how the strategy develops for Roderick Underwood, and of course for Chicago's Ludovic as this one goes on. Glad you're with us. This has been Pre-Game Chat. We'll be back with Kickoff in just a moment on the Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network.
Your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to an electrifying showing of pro-side soccer under the lights. This is the Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network, bringing you every heart-stopping moment, every triumphant goal, and every unforgettable play from the field. The Chattanooga Football Club, with their unstoppable spirit and relentless drive, represent our city on the pitch again. The tension is palpable, the stakes are high, and the roar of the crowd is about to reach a fever pitch.
From the first whistle to the final victory cry, we've got you covered. This is the Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network. Now we go live to your play-by-play host, Gabriel Schreiber.
A stone's throw from Cloudgate in the Windy City. It's 74 degrees Fahrenheit at SeatGeek Stadium. Chicago Fire playing host to Chattanooga Football Club. Hi everyone, welcome into our coverage tonight. Glad you're along with us. I'm Gabriel Schreiber. It's pro-side soccer in MLSNP action. Philly Union on top of the Eastern Conference. Chattanooga right behind them in the second spot. And a win for the night puts them out in front by 2 points. FC Cincinnati trails Chattanooga in the Eastern Conference, and right behind FC Cincy, Chicago Fire FC 2. So this one very crucial for these two clubs as they vie for position in the Eastern Conference. They're going to leave it all on the pitch tonight at SeatGeek. Now, we did get a look at our starting 11 in the pregame, but we'll look again. For Chicago up front, it's Shonkaluk, Hylett, Hauer, and Borso right behind him. In the middle, Purpa and Pareba. On the back, Rochester, Konex, Shannon, and Doof. Gal in goal tonight for Chicago Fire. They're going to run a 4-5-1 for Coach Ludovich, and they've got 7 substitutes on the bench. We'll see who they use. I would look for Cups, Granda, Sudan to potentially come into the match. Kaye has been fantastic this year as well. Cups probably one of the finest prospects in the entire United States. For Chattanooga Football Club, they're going to run the 4-3-3. So up front, we'll see Abada, Wamry, and Gray. In the middle, Jimenez, Aranzazu, Arthur, and McGrath. On the back, it's Perez, Viafara, Mina, Farid Sarsar, and Williams. And in goal, of course, Gene Antoine. Roderick Underwood, the bench boss for Chattanooga Football Club in his 3rd season leading the franchise. On the bench tonight, Burke, Garcia Sosa, a couple of others we'll keep an eye on. Kickoff just seconds away. Glad you're with us. Gabriel Schreiber, Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network, and we're going to have all the action between these two tonight in what promises to be a thrilling matchup. Chattanooga has broken their huddle. They're on the pitch and ready to go. Chicago Fire taking one final second. It's the 6th win Chattanooga Football Club. They're 6-2-4. They won last time out. It's the 5-2-3, 5-win Chicago Fire. They've won 2 in a row, including a big 4-1 victory over Toronto FC on May 31st. Chattanooga Football Club coming off of a thrilling, nearly a rainout against the New England Revolution, 1-0 victory with a Medi Wamry bicycle kick. We're ready to go. Chicago Fire spread out. They've taken their places on the pitch. Chattanooga Football Club is in position and ready to go. Kickoff seconds away from SeatGeek Stadium between Chicago Fire and Chattanooga Football Club. Glad you're with us tonight. It's Pro-Side Soccer on CKRN. We'll play 90 minutes between the Scenic City and the Windy City. We're underway. Chattanooga will start with possession of the ball as they move it from left to right, and now sail it long over the top, looking for an entry pass. Wamry tries to gather. This one comes loose and goes back to the Fire of Chicago. Chattanooga's Williams gathers it near to the midfield stripe, tries along the touchline. He's got help down on the wing. It's Medi Wamry who has it taken away immediately by Rochester. Lamont, the midfielder from Jamaica, can't keep it on the pitch as it's sent off up into row C. Chicago will throw back in. Chicago, long ball overhead. Chattanooga takes at it just over the midfield stripe. They're on the left side of it. Ball goes aerial over the top of Chattanooga's defense and rolls all the way back to Antoine and goal on the right. He's on top of the penalty arc, sends it to the close side. Chattanooga now to the touchline. Joseph Perez has it, the defender from Anaheim, California, and the ball sent off by Chicago Fire. Aggressively attacking, Chattanooga can't do much to keep this one And so as it's sent off and last touched by the Fire, CFC will throw in. Perez to deliver. Close touchline. This one sent right back off. This time coming after him. Looks like that was Doof who comes after him and sends it off. Ball thrown in just over the midfield stripe to the left of it. Chattanooga with it. They're going to go backwards down to the right along the touchline. And now a pass to the far side. Midway between the midfield stripe and the 18. Jesse Williams loses the ball. Chicago Fire. One connection. Now two. Purple looking down the field. And he goes down hard. Big collision. Chattanooga's man checking on him. The official there as well. Jude Arthur will step off as he appears to be all right. Arthur, a midfielder from Accra, Ghana. And Arthur placed a hand on him maybe for stability, and he goes down and is able to draw the kick in brilliant fashion. So Chicago will take back over with the ball. They send it from right to left over the midfield stripe and now deliver it all the way back to Gal, the keeper. Gall's a free transfer, a Swedish top flight side. Degafer Zayev. Gall spent his entire career in Sweden, but he's originally from Chicago, Illinois. Chicago sends this back up towards the midfield stripe. An entry pass along the touchline on the close side, down towards the wing. Chattanooga has it. Long feed back to the midfield stripe. Jimenez Aranzazu loses it. Chicago tries to dump this. Perez has it. Big shove. Ball goes back to Chattanooga. About 10 yards to the right of the midfield stripe, Perez is pushed to the turf, and so Chattanooga will have a kick from 15 yards behind the middle of the pitch. Villafaramina bends this to the far side to Jesse Williams, who's just outside of Chattanooga's wing. Williams, the camper for Trinidad and Tobago, sends it to the keeper. Chattanooga, long feed towards the circle. They've got the ball. Alex McGrath, the captain, working right to left, passes it down to the close touchline, and it sails on him. He was looking for Perez, and I believe Joseph was just out of position and couldn't flip the hips in time. Chicago takes over with the ball. They'll work it backwards down to the left towards their own 18, and now send all the way back to Gall, who's on the penalty spot. He goes far side into the wing. We're in our 4th minute, midway through it, and scoreless in Chicago in MLSNP soccer action between Chicago and Chattanooga. The Fire, a long pass into the wing, and this one rolls just over the touchline. It was a foot race to the ball. If he could have got to that, that would have been a prime scoring chance of the Fire in this early stage. Beautiful delivery. Borso was breaking away. I thought he might be able to get on top of the ball, but just couldn't reach it in time. Scoreless as we enter the 5th minute of play between Chicago and Chattanooga. Chattanooga with the ball down on the right side in the close wing. Throw in, taken by Chicago, out front of the penalty spot. Centering feed, they're going backwards with it, and now into the circle. From the top of the circle, distributed far side, long feed, vacant space. Chicago picks it up. Midway between the 18 and the stripe, and delivered backwards behind the midfield stripe, about 15 yards behind it. Chicago, a bit of a reset here. Now they're going to try and come to the close side. Over midfield, just along the touchline. A little trip as boots are tangled. That is just shoelaces as Chicago will maintain the ball. Borso leaves it off. Purpa sends this backwards. Chicago just behind midfield. Long delivery, aerial play, and sent off by the boots of Villafaramina. He catches that. The ball was going to be an entry pass into the 18 from behind midfield, and instead he just sends that up into the front of the stands. Now a throw-in coming for Chicago, delivered by Konix. Close side. This one just outside of the 18. Chattanooga takes it away. Delivered to the far side, just on the corner of the 18 from right to left, and Williams tripped up from behind and goes down. Chattanooga stays with it. Kick will come from the far touchline, just in front of the Chicago Fire bench. Midway through our 6th minute, we're scoreless in Chicago, Illinois, between Chicago Fire and Chattanooga Football Club. This is a top-ranked Eastern Conference matchup. Playoff implications are getting serious. We're only midway through our season in MLSNP action, but crucial points on the line every time out, it feels. Chicago running a 4-5-1 tonight, Chattanooga running a 4-3-3. So far, we're deadlocked with a clean sheet. Thrown in, this one loose near the far touchline, battled for it. Chattanooga has it. They're just outside of their own 18, looking to go right to left towards midfield. Now chipped over the top, long delivery, looking for Taylor Gray. Headed, he heels it backwards, and this one goes out just over the line in the center of the pitch. And so Chicago will throw in and have possession. Chicago Fire taking over with the ball, long delivery, skying this back to Chattanooga in their own wing. Chicago tries to take it off the clear. Jude Arthur delivers this to Jesse Williams, and now the whistle as Chattanooga will take over with it. Back and forth, no real quality scoring chances yet, but you can feel it brewing in SeatGeek Stadium where we're scoreless midway through our 7th minute. Chattanooga Football Club 6-2-4 this season. They're 3-2-1 on the road, undefeated at home. They've suffered a pair of losses in road matches. Chicago Fire is 4-1-1 at home this season, 5-2-3 overall, so very efficient at home. And they're on a 2-game win streak, seeking these 3 crucial points, just a couple back from Chattanooga and the top of the Eastern Conference. They're also 9th overall in MLS NP standings. Long clear by Chattanooga. It's taken way back down on the left side by Chicago. They're going to try to put it up towards the middle of the field. Loose there, vacant space, battling for it, and this one set off just in front of Jesus Ibarra. Borso harassing Perez, who will throw in from 6 feet behind midfield. He's on the right side of the line. Tossed over it to the left. This one loose. Coming up with it after the gather is Jalen Shannon, the defender from St. Joseph, Michigan. Shannon picking his way through the center of the field towards the circle. Long delivery. This one taken away by Chattanooga. Jesse Williams just behind midfield. Jude Arthur, far side. The Reinhardt University product, Taylor Gray with the ball. Walks behind the stripe. Delivered backwards, left to right. Chattanooga going backwards to Villafara Mina. Mina tries up towards the center of the field. Through the center third, into the attacking third, right to left, along the touchline, far side, just outside of the wing. Taylor Gray now going backwards as Chattanooga will reset a bit. Fareed Sarsar delivers this to Mina. He's looking for help. Perez is wide open, so he'll give it to him. He's about 5 feet behind the middle of the pitch. Goes backwards again to Villafara Mina. Midway through the 9th minute, scoreless at SeatGeek Stadium. Big collision. Whamry's down, holding his knee, not going to get the call. Chattanooga turning, Perez backwards. Mina all the way to the keeper, Antoine. A full reset on the back for Chattanooga Football Club in Chicago, Illinois, where we're scoreless in the 9th minute. Gene, far side. Chattanooga working right to left, chipped down towards the touchline. This one rattling towards midfield. Chicago gathers it just outside of the attacking third. Left to right, a pass towards the wing. This regathered. Fire, splitting defenders towards the 18. Here's a pass to the penalty arc, and it's chipped away from Shakaluk. Regathered, long ball, bent up top, and this one rattles around in the stands as it's about 2 feet over the top bar and clears harmlessly for Chattanooga. Good scoring chance. Borso is parked about 10 yards beyond the penalty arc. The ball comes to him. He winds up, delivers a howitzer that goes over the top of the post, and we remain clean in Chicago, Illinois in the 10th minute of play. Scoreless between the Fire and Chattanooga Football Club. Chicago going to retreat and reset as Chattanooga takes this from their 18. Aerial play up to the midfield circle. Alex McGrath into traffic. Dribble, walking it towards the 18. Near the penalty arc, backdoor. Jimenez Aranzazu out front, well struck. And a great run-on kick by Jesus Ibarra. Just misfires, and it rattles loose into the gloves of Gall, the keeper, who covers it and keeps our sheet clean in Chicago. Really well played. Just couldn't quite get that one put together for Chattanooga Football Club as the 11th minute has arrived. Chattanooga takes it away off of the clear. Some chaos in Chicago. They've got it and a chance to work with it. Going far side, ball taken there. Chattanooga loses us now to the Fire as they try for the entry pass. Fire, midfield, on the far side, working left to right, around a defender. The man to beat is Fareed Sarsar. He wins the foot race and puts it over to Antoine. Clean sheet, 11th minute is halfway over between Chicago and Chattanooga. SeatGeek Stadium, 73 degrees Fahrenheit, starting to cool off in the Windy City. We're about a stone's throw away from Clown Gate. Chattanooga on the edge of the 18, passing it back and forth. Chicago coming up on the press. 2 defenders there. Perez in the corner down on the right close side. He'll deliver a skying ball over the top for Jesus Ibarra. It's headed away by the likes of Konix. And now the battle for the ball on the touchline just outside of the wing. Borso and Perez. Joseph playing keep away in the corner. He blows a tire. Borso has the ball in the wing, walking it towards the corner of the 18. Ball goes backwards. With it is Howard trying far side, and McGrath takes it away. He's slide tackled. Ball loose. Far side now. Into the edge of the wing. Fire. Here's a blast inside. Centering feed redirected and misfired by the Fire. Chattanooga keeps it from the end line, delivered to Jesus Ibarra. Now out towards the penalty arc. Alex McGrath trying to run this down. Slide tackles it away from one attacker. He's got the ball towards midfield. Chattanooga with it. Whamry, close side. Jesus Ibarra. Ibarra dribbling sideways, galloping up the field of play. Stops in the middle third, and now Chattanooga will go backwards down to the right as they reset. 12th minute is about to give way into the 13th, where we're scoreless at SeatGeek between the Fire and Chattanooga FC. Thanks for being with us on CKRN. Fire retake over with the ball. They're way down on the left side, on the far side of the pitch near the touchline, just outside of the wing. Fire playing keep away, centering ball all the way back to the keeper goal. He bends this close side. Ball coming down, and he's got help. Long feed through the middle third. Chicago just out front of the circle. 3 on 4. They've got a lot of room to work with, though. Far side, corner of the 18. Chicago, entry pass to the penalty arc, and this one cleared away by Chattanooga. Ball was in vacant space for just a moment too long. Chicago running down Taylor Gray, and the whistle by our referee. Officiating crew tonight, our head referee is Greg Dopka. Tom Felice, the assistant referee, 1. The second is Fernando Pina. And our 4th official, Igor Baich. Still scoreless into the 14th minute between Chicago and Chattanooga in MLSNP action. Thanks for being with us for tonight's coverage. I'm Gabriel Schrei on CKRN. Chattanooga going to get us back underway. They're on the far side, midway through their end of the field of play, all the way back to their own penalty arc. Floated over the top, trying to chip this to the circle. McGrath throws the helmet on it. Borso gathers the ball. He's trying to play it for Chicago. Somehow gets it to Luke Perpa, the midfielder from Milwaukee. He goes backside, gathered for only a moment before Chattanooga picks up the call. Jimenez Aranzazu gets after it, and maybe a bit too ambitious as Pareba goes down hard. Pareba has just been fantastic this season. It seemed as though he's been unstoppable. And excuse me, that call was not against Mr. Jimenez Aranzazu, but instead Alex McGrath. And this kick is from prime scoring position for the Fire of Chicago. They're about 10 yards beyond the penalty arc, perfectly squared up out front of the 18. Gene Antoine crouched in one corner of the post, looking nervous. He's on the left side for the attackers for Chicago Fire. They're waiting for the signal. There's a wall of 4 Chattanoogans, 1 Fireman in the penalty arc, midway between the 18 and the edge of the penalty arc. Standing on top of the ball, Luke Perpa. He's calling out both ways. Has help alongside him. I believe it is Pareba. Perpa calling down to his teammates, and now they've reorganized themselves. Just 1 Chicago Fire kit standing alone on the very top of the penalty arc. There's 5 Chattanoogans in the penalty arc, 3 behind it on the edge of the 18. 3 Fire kits stand alongside the penalty arc. The ball dead ahead, straight on. It's about 27 yards away. Here's the strike over the top. Too much on it for Pareba. He delivered that well. Just a bit too much sauce as that sails and goes wide, and the sheet remains clean just as our 15th minute gives way to our 16th between the Fire of Chicago and Chattanooga Football Club. Chattanooga FC will get us back underway. Gene Antoine to the corner of the 6. Chipped, floated, skying this down towards midfield. Taken at, this one sent straight up. Fire, throw a helmet on the ball. Chattanooga can't reach it in time initially. Now the ball in vacant space as Perez directs this to Antoine. He runs on and blasts this over the top back towards the middle of the field. Loose there for a moment. Chattanooga comes up with it on the back side of the circle. They go over the circle to Jesus Ibarra. He's in the corner of that side of the field on the left side, looking to get into the attacking end. Chattanooga goes backwards to the right behind the circle. They've got the ball. One pass now, two. Jesse Williams cutting inside, goes backwards to Farid Sarsar. He comes close side to Viafara Mina. Viafara across to Farid. Sarsar comes back to him. Mina close side, touchline. Perez has the ball. Joseph working backwards, nutmegs a defender. He could be in trouble. Nearly loses it. Borso harassing Viafara Mina. He's fighting for it down in the corner. Chicago's press right now is paying off. Ball sent off. It goes to Chattanooga. Sigh of relief for the men in white kits. They're working right to left on the field at SeatGeek Stadium. All Red is pressing from left to right. We're midway through our 17th minute with a clean sheet. Windy City danger for Chattanooga Football Club. The Fire have won a pair of matches in a row. First, a 2-1 victory against Columbus Crew on the 24th of May. Then on the 31st, a 4-1 victory against Toronto FC2. Chattanooga throws in. Long delivery from just beyond the penalty arc. Taylor Gray has it right on the midfield line. He's being grabbed from behind, escapes. Long entry pass down deep in the 18. Well struck left side, just wide. Alex McGrath nearly scoring a go-ahead goal to put Chattanooga out in front 1-0. And the referee calling players back to the spot where that grab was delivered. Charlie Hauer, a Fire Academy product, started his first ever match as a professional. He's appeared in a few, but his first ever start coming against Toronto on the 31st. He played 69 minutes. And the grab restarts us just outside of the 18. Midway through our 18th, scoreless, Fire with the ball, far side, just in front of the bench of Chattanooga. Roderick Underwood looking on as this one is cleared over midfield and out of play on the far side. Ball will be thrown back in by Chattanooga. They'll have it. Ludovic, first year with the club, 18 years as a head coach. He's leading Chicago Fire. He was born outside of Paris. He was the technical director at the French Soccer Institute of California until 2019. Technical director and coach at Football Club of LA. Head coach at Total Football Academy. An academy director at Amiens Soccer Club. And has got a really great resume, so this was a great next step for him. Chicago loves him, and he fits in with the Windy City well. Obviously, this club doing very well this season. Chattanooga Football Club, the darling of Chattanooga, Ron Underwood, third year, and he has directed CFC to nothing but success, continuing a long winning history, no matter the challenge. 30 weeks straight at the top of the table in NISA. Former collegiate player in the SoCon for Furman's Paladins, a 3-time all-conference selection, and an all-tournament selection. Ball cleared by Chattanooga way back to the 18 of the Fire. They'll take it, trying to work left to right. Our 19th minute about to give way to the 20th, where we're scoreless between the Fire and Chattanooga. Perez with it, just behind midfield. One pass, and now Arthur has it. Chattanooga backwards. Long delivery over the top. Headed away. Fire have it. Midfield now into the attacking side. Deep, long pass down into the wing. Far side, left to right. Dribble, dribble, dribble from the corner of the 18. Passed inside. Here's a squaring feed out front, just off the right corner of the 6. Looking to shoot. Borso delivers. Perez blocks once. Now Ibarra clears it away. Chattanooga trying to keep this moving away from their own 18. Fire regather. Sent to the far wing. This one loose just outside of the wing now. Midway between the 18 and the midfield stripe. And there's too much contact with Taylor Gray and Alex McGrath and the Fire's man, so the official says the ball has to stay with Chicago. Pareba will throw this in. Deadly threat tonight for Chicago's Fire. 21st minute coming, clean sheet. The kick will come, I would say he's 18 yards from the corner of the 18 or thereabouts. He's going to look to bend this over the top. 18, the edge of it, just inside the penalty arc is loaded up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white kits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red kits. The official calling out to these players, and now he'll step off. Dopka has had his word. Pareba awaiting the signal. Here it is, far side, long delivery, bent over the top, looking back door. This sails, Antoine has it. Gene Antoine gloves the ball in the 21st minute and keeps our sheet clean from SeatGeek Stadium. Big time performance so far defensively by Chattanooga's football club, holding off a surging Chicago Fire. They had their best match offensively of the season last time out against Toronto FC, scoring 4 goals. They've scored 22 this season, about 2.5 per match. They've allowed 17 though, that's 1.7 per match. Chattanooga, meanwhile, has scored 22 goals. That's less per match at 1.83, but they've allowed 14, which is also less, 1.17. Jesus Ibarra with the ball in the wing, close side, working left to right, backwards towards the end line. Perez going to try skying this towards the circle in the middle of the pitch. Chicago have it just over the circle in the attacking side. Long pass, close wing, on the edge of it, chipped, floated, back door. Antoine goes up top and gathers the ball. Chattanooga well played defensively, again on the edge of the 6 by the keeper for CFC, and he cleans that up. Really dangerous moment, crashing down inside, and we've seen him do it already. Shakaluk finding his way down in there. He was selected by the Fire with the number 35 overall pick in this year's MLS Super Draft. Under contract there next year. Enjoyed a 4-year career at the University of Akron for the Zips. And as the Zips, he was a 2023 Big East Offensive Player of the Year. 17 appearances, 14 goals, 5 assists. Really good player. 59 matches, 41 starts. 26 career goals in college. Chattanooga from midfield, deep in the attacking side. Ball tied up on the edge of the 18. The Fire dig it away from Taylor Gray and Mehdi Wamry. Long pass to Borso. He's in midfield. Borso throws a helmet on it. Chattanooga's Perez runs this down just on the edge of the wing on their own side of the field. He tries to pass it up the pitch. Jude Arthur sends it back to him. Now it's lost. Pareba has it just beyond the penalty arc. Long shot to the right side, goes wide. About 2 feet to the right of the pipe. And Antoine can wipe his brow and take a sigh of relief as our sheet is clean in the 23rd minute of play between Chicago and Chattanooga. Gene will put us back underway, delivering this from right to left for Chattanooga Football Club. If you're just joining us, thanks for being with us. CKRN. I'm Gabriel Schrei with all of your pro side action tonight in MLSNP play. This one delivered to midfield. Ball loose, fighting for it. Chattanooga comes up with it just over the stripe. Now in the circle, Chicago Fire poke it away. Perez trying to run this down. Taken up by Borso. He's trying to nutmeg Ibarra, who ties him up and tackles it away just into the attacking side of things. Ball is sent off. Ball stays with the Chattanooga. Borso doesn't like the call but won't get it back. Arthur takes it off the throw-in. He's behind midfield. Chattanooga working backwards and bent all the way to their keeper, Antoine. Antoine far side to Fareed Sarsar, wants to go right to left. Chicago on the attack. They're going to have to go backwards. Chattanooga in the corner, close side, down in the very far right. Attacking is Shakaluk. He's bringing the heat, and as Chattanooga tries to clear it away, it goes out. Midway into the attacking third, Chicago's Fire will take over with it and throw it in. To deliver the throw in, Konix. Diego, a defender from Netherlands. Spent last season with St. Louis University. Really good for the Billikens. Appeared in every single match they played last year. Thrown in for the Fire. They're working it backwards towards the circle. Resetting just over the stripe. Trying far side along the touchline. Chattanooga forces it out. They want the ball. They won't get it. Chattanooga will take over and work right to left in the 25th minute where we're scoreless. CFC thrown into Arthur. Jude pressured by Pareba. He helmets it to himself. Played out of the air. Kicked to the center of the field. Ball comes back to him. Gives it off to Perpa. Perpa goes backwards to try and keep it away from Jimenez Aranzazu, who's streaking towards him. Chattanooga pressures and comes up with the ball, and Jesus Ibarra has it tackled away. He wants to throw in quickly for Chattanooga. The ball will go back to the Fire of Chicago. Tried to throw it in quickly. Couldn't pull it off there. Fire's Diouf will throw it in. Waiting for his man to get in position. Borso rotating around and in vacant space. Now Borso covered again, so he throws it over the top. One helmet, now two. Aerial play by Chattanooga. McGrath to the circle. Taylor Gray loses it to the fire. Pareba comes up with it. David, long pass, close side. Shaka look, walking it towards the 18. Chipped down into the wing and can't keep it on. Borso loses this. Ball back to Chattanooga Football Club. He sent it into the close wing down just outside of the 18. Shaka look couldn't keep it in, and ball goes loose. Thrown in, Chicago Fire take it away, centering feed to the spot, here's a shot, and it's blockered away by Fareed Sarsar. Well played. Pareba nearly gets a shot on goal, and Fareed making the save himself. That was tackled away by Jason Shakaluk. Now we know why he was selected number 35 overall. He centers it up, and the shot is deflected away by Fareed Sarsar, but I like the look there. Nearly able to connect on that. The Academy product. Vitaly tried to take the shot. Now Chicago with a set piece. You'll remember I mentioned they are especially deadly on set pieces. From the corner, close side, on the right, delivered to the penalty spot. Chattanooga headers it away, and Fareed Sarsar goes aerial, looking for Taylor Gray, midway out of the backside of the pitch. Jesus Ibarra picks it up on the move through the midfield. Long pass, far side, tried to bend it over to McGrath. Foot race down to the ball with Konix, and Konix wins it for Chicago Fire, going back to Gall. He clears it to midfield. Deadlocked, scoreless, clean sheet from SeatGeek Stadium. 27th minute, about to give way to the 28th minute between Chicago's Fire and Chattanooga Football Club. Close side, taking it up there is Borso, and as he tries to dip this into the attacking end of the pitch, Chattanooga comes up with it. Just behind the circle is Fareed Sarsar. Chattanooga looking to go close side, and as he's jostled by Borso, the whistle going to keep the ball with CFC. They'll have a kick from their own end. The kick is going to come maybe 15 yards to the right of midfield. Chipped far side towards the touchline. Chattanooga trying to keep it in. Jude Arthur fighting for it there and able to keep it away from Vitaly, but not for long, as the official says too much contact in sending the ball back the way of Chicago Fire. From the same spot, opposite side, 10 yards behind midfield, going left to right, Chicago takes over. Thrown in, Chattanooga with the intercept. Long feed, Alex McGrath into the attacking side, down towards the 18, backwards, Ibarra, he's got it towards the penalty spot, deflected away. Arthur gathers. He's midway between the circle and the penalty arc. Chattanooga, far wing, and this is Taylor Gray, who dribbles his way down into the 18 from the corner. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Here's a shot left side, gloved and cleared away. What a save by Gall, staring down the menacing Taylor Gray. Wow, the former Reinhardt Eagle and Maryland Bobcat knifes his way down inside, squares himself up just to the right of the penalty spot, delivers an absolute missile to the left side, and Gall bears down and makes the big save. And Jeff Gall, as a Chicago, Illinois native, came there from Sweden. His entire pro career played in Sweden until now, played collegiately for Creighton and Virginia. Now Chattanooga will have their first look at a set piece. They're going to come from the left side, close side from the corner. Bent back door, and McGrath's kick is cleared away. Chattanooga tried to header it inside. Chicago was able to clear it. It goes into the circle. Perez, close side, midway into the attacking third is McGrath. McGrath goes backward to Perez again. He chips this long, looking for Whamry, and it's taken away by Chicago. They deliver it to Borso. He's near the very center of the pitch. Backwards, Chicago looking to reset to some degree. Maybe going to go all the way back to Gall here as Taylor Gray crashing down on the ball. Sent away, up to Hauer. Charlie bent this, long feed through the air, bouncing and rattling over to Borso, who's just in the touchline. Chipped around Perez. There's a connection for Chicago. Deep in the wing, close side, down on the right side, just inside the end line. Backwards, Borso on the corner of the 18, defended by Jimenez Aranzazu. Centering pass back out to Charlie Hauer. Long shot left side, it goes just wide. Now Antoine dives and would have been able to cover that, but really well struck by Chicago's Fire. Prime scoring chance. Charlie Hauer goes back across to the man who has been so efficient this year. He's our player to watch today on CKRN for the Fire, Pareba. Pareba is standing almost squared up on the left side of the penalty arc, delivers a missile, a laser, and goes straight, but it's just 2 feet wide. Now here's a set piece, a corner from the far side down on the right end of the field. Sent in by the Fire out to the corner of the 18, chipped over the top and headed away by Chattanooga. Chattanooga has it now, midway out of their own side of things, just behind the circle. What a healed pass by Ibarra to Perez. Joseph sends it back to him. Jesus walking this, dribbling, galloping his way down the field through the center of it. Going backwards, Jude Arthur. He'll go far side to Farid Sarsar. Sarsar has been in place of the Moldovan center back, Anatoly Prepelica, and doing very well for Chattanooga. 31st minute closing in on the 32nd where we're scoreless. Chattanooga with it. Chipped around a defender. Williams working his way towards the 18. Ball loose. Taylor Gray after it on the penalty arc. Cleared away by Chicago. Whammery wants to keep playing, and the official says no. We've got a tripped player outside of the penalty arc by Chattanooga. The ball will go back to the Fire. 32nd minute is here. It's a clean sheet at SeatGeek Stadium. Chicago with possession down on the left side. One pass now, two, back and forth, looking to find a way out of their own end of the field of play. And this one skeeters over the close touch line as it rattles around off of boots, but stays with the Fire. Certainly have to be happy about that. Gene Doof trying to get after it, the defender. Not quite able to get boots onto the ball. Sent over the middle of the pitch by Chicago. Chattanooga takes it away. Alex McGrath, long pass, Matty Whammery. He's about 10 yards beyond the penalty arc. Backwards, Taylor Gray. Jimenez Aranzazu, close side, in the wing, Jesus Ibarra. Ibarra fighting towards the corner of the 18. Leaves it off. Jimenez Aranzazu skying, backdoor, corner of the 6. Taylor Gray slides and tries to put his boots onto the ball, but as he slides in there, he just misdirects his body, and he's laughing it off as he comes up. Says, I almost had you there. Gall comes out, sells out, and no need to do so as Taylor Gray just can't quite make the play, trying to match that bicycle kick by Matty Whammery against the Revolution. 33rd minute, midway over, scoreless between Chattanooga and Chicago on CKRN. The ball goes the distance of the field all the way back to Antoine. Antoine, right to left goes Chattanooga Football Club. And Farid Sarsar going to have to do some work to get this out of the backside. Harassed by the Fire. Pareba playing up after Jimenez Aranzazu. Kept away from Pareba and now to the close side via Faramina. Floats this long delivery, a header thrown on it. Now gathered by Chicago's Fire. They go backwards. Gene with it all the way back to Gall, who is just beyond the 6. The keeper for Chicago going far side. Aerial play delivered up to Taylor Gray. He's got a ton of room down towards the 18, into the corner of it. Dribble, centered up. Here's a shot blockered away by Gall. And Taylor Gray takes another that goes wide left as the ball rattled through the 6. Unbelievable. Alex McGrath delivers a NORAD project to the right side, and Gall is able to get in the way of that. Jeff Gall playing out of his mind tonight in SeatGeek. What a save. Taylor Gray made a perfect play after Chattanooga took that away in transition. Walked that down into the 18 on the right side, centered it up out front of the penalty arc. McGrath with a blast. The deflection was headed by Whammery, but it was weakly so. Couldn't score 2 miracle goals 2 weeks in a row. And so Chattanooga now takes over as the clear one out of play by Chicago. 35th minute, scoreless at SeatGeek between the Fire and Chattanooga FC. Whammery wants the call as he's tripped not once but twice and does get it. Chattanooga going to throw in again. They're about 15 yards over the middle of the pitch. Thrown in for Farid Sarsar all the way back. A bit of a reset for Chattanooga Football Club. They're behind the circle. Looking both ways, looking for the best route to proceed with this. Chattanooga trying the close side. Long delivery up to Jesus Ibarra, just into the wing. Perez back to Ibarra, towards the corner of the 18, splits the difference between a pair of defenders, down into the very corner, around Borso. Perez back to him. Borso trailing Jesus. Chattanooga trying to center this up across the circle, just over the midfield stripe. Sarsar passing, working this around. Chattanooga, long feed up to McGrath. Gathered now by Arthur. He connects like a laser down to the close side with Perez, who's just outside of the wing. McGrath keeps it. Alex backwards to Arthur. All the way back to the very center of the pitch. Fareed directing traffic. Going to leave this off for Williams, the capper for Trinidad and Tobago. Battle for it in front of the Fire bench. This one spun and sent off by Chattanooga. Misdirected. Taylor Gray fighting and clawing to keep that on the field. Thrown in quickly, long delivery, and Fareed Sarsar touches this to Gene Antoine, who keeps it away from the Fire of Chicago. Chicago Fire trying the close side, won't be able to get to it. Chattanooga, McGrath to Jesus Ibarra, and he's got a lot of room. 3-on-2 scoring chance for Chattanooga. Chip to McGrath, close side, well struck, right side, cleared away by Chicago again. The Fire are absolutely airtight defensively tonight, running that 4-5-1. They look fantastic in SeatGeek Stadium. Borso may have suffered a stinger or something, but what a scoring chance moments ago by Chattanooga. Jesus Ibarra took the feed, a 3-on-2 chance. Chattanooga gets it, walking that down towards the 18 from the penalty arc. He dips it just inside of the corner on the 18 on the left side. McGrath goes right, and there's a defender there. Got back in time to make the play. Konix cuts it off, and making the save for Chicago Fire, who keep the sheet clean midway through our 37th minute. Chattanooga taking over. Perez throws in. Chattanooga FC backwards. Arthur, far side, Fareed with it. Sarsar will go right to left. And not liking what he's seeing, so playing midway between the circle and the 18. Taken away by Chicago. Great steal. Now over to Borso, who's over the line, trying to go up the field. Fighting with it. Mina takes it away from the Fire. Jimenez Aranzazu backwards. No call. The Chicago Fire begging for it. Jesus Ibarra through midfield. Long feed. Perez chips this, centering, looking for McGrath. And now the call. We've got a whistle. Now they let them play after the ball, after all of the contact rather, way back when the ball was first taken away until it was broken up. Then they said, okay, let's go check on him. He seems to be good to go, back on his boots, and we'll play on. And that contact was odd. I'm not sure what really happened. I think Mina might have collided with him. Chattanooga throws in. Jesus Ibarra has a beat inside, tries to go back door. The intercept by the Fire. Parebo with it. Just beyond the arc. Backwards into the 18, sent over the top. We've given way to the 39th minute with a clean sheet between Chicago and Chattanooga. Fire keeping it away from Taylor Gray. Backwards into the wing on the far side, way down on the left end of the field of play. Chicago, close side, long delivery, winding this down to Gene. In the wing, on the close side, down on the left, Chicago walking this out towards the circle. Dribble, finding their way out there. Fire, leave it off. Chicago now to the far side. Along the touchline, right near the center of the field of play. Fire are looking for a way to get this around Chattanooga, who's back in a bit of a defensive shell. So far, a stalemate between these two. Really good action, a couple of very high-quality scoring chances. This match could easily be 3-3, but instead still scoreless. 40th minute coming up right now between Chicago and Chattanooga in the Windy City. Long delivery to the close side for the Fire. Perpa has it. He's just over the stripe at midfield. Now to the circle. Chicago will go backwards and try again. Borsa not liking what he sees, so again about 20 yards behind midfield. Pass after pass, Chicago working it around, looking for a way to get this down into the attacking side. Somehow through traffic, delivered by Perpa, taken away. Borsa regathers for Chicago. Fire, try the aerial ball to the far wing, too much on it. This one sails. Jesse Williams of Chattanooga just lets it go. 40th minute about to elapse into the 41st. We're nearly done with our first half of play from SeatGeek Stadium between the Fire of Chicago and Chattanooga's Football Club. Williams will throw in. Luke Purpa looking good, midfielder from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Prior to Chicago Fire, spent last year with USL Championship sides Hartford Athletic. 55 appearances for them, 5 goals and assists, 34th overall pick in the 2020 MLS Super Draft by the Houston Dynamo. Chicago can't take this away from Chattanooga off the throw, and it rattles around. Pinballs to Perez, long feed up the field. Jesus Ibarra through midfield into the attacking third. Pass into the corner to the 18. Perez squares it up. This loose vacant space taken up by Chicago, who clear it off. This one goes off midway between the circle and the 18, and so Chattanooga has prime position as they throw in. Villafara, Jimenez. Now back to Aranzazu as he goes back to Villafara Mina. All the way to the circle. Farid with it. Sarsar delivers this to Villafara Mina. Chattanooga trying to get back into that attacking side. All the way to the circle again. Arthur looking, waiting, too much pressure. Jimenez Aranzazu, Chattanooga about 5 yards behind midfield. And now Jimenez Aranzazu has it, wants to go on the attack, delivered backwards to Sarsar. He's just behind the circle, trying the far side. Chattanooga, McGrath backwards again, working this, waiting, trying to create space and draw Chicago out of that defensive shell. Taylor Gray just outside of the wing, going backwards towards the center of the field of play, midway between the circle and the 18. Gives it off, Jesse Williams to the captain. Alex from Spennymoor, England, looking and waiting, goes backwards to Williams, the capper from Trinidad. Chattanooga all the way back to Farid Sarsar. They're going to have to retreat a bit. 42nd minute, about to give way to our 43rd, where we're scoreless between Chattanooga and Chicago. Jean Antoine to Jimenez Aranzazu, roped to the close side. Joseph, long feed. Perez finds Taylor Gray. Gray walking this from midfield into the attacking third. Pass down into the wing, close side, near the corner. He goes backwards to Gray. Taylor left off for Perez. Big collision, no call, we play on. Chattanooga with the ball. They're working it back towards midfield. They've got it on the front side of the circle, looking to go up the pitch. Still working it backwards, not liking all the pressure from Chicago defensively. 43rd minute is halfway over. I'm not sure what kind of added time we'll see on this first half. Maybe a minute or two of stoppage time. I wouldn't be surprised to see as many as 4. Chattanooga still with it. Working it back and forth, looking to find a way to get this back into the attacking third. Jude Arthur going to try to do it himself. Heeled back to him, Jesus Ibarra, and the official says, no, this went just out over the touchline on the close side. The ball goes to the Chicago Fire. They'll take over close side just outside of the wing, down there on the left. A throw in for Chicago's Fire. 44th minute has arrived. No score on the sheet between Chattanooga and the Fire. Thrown in, Chicago fighting with it. Jean passed to the corner. Chattanooga harassing Chicago's man, this sent off. SeatGeek Stadium, beautiful venue in the beautiful Windy City. Just a stone's throw away really from Cloudgate. And the beautiful lake shore of Lake Michigan, one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world. Thrown in, a header, aerial play, sent off. Nothing doing. Perez will try. 44th minute, about to give way to our 45th. The sheet is clean in Chicago between Chattanooga and the Fire. Thrown in for Chattanooga, down to the corner of the 18. Chattanooga can't get the call. A lot of contact, we go on. Chicago, long pass, midfield, run down by Chattanooga's Whammery, who sends it off. And Ludovic was right there. He gets hit with the ball. Coach picks it up, hands it off. Fire will throw in and play on. Sent backwards towards the wing on the far side, down to the left. Chicago pinballs this around over midfield. Chattanooga. Aerial play. Jimenez Aranzazu goes backwards. Jesse Williams rolls this all the way back to the keeper of Chattanooga Football Club, Antoine, who's on the edge of the 18. Chattanooga, far side. Fareed Sar back and forth. Chattanooga Football Club. Long delivery, bouncing and skipping up to Alex McGrath. Jude Arthur tries the far side where he finds Trinidad and Tobago's man, Jesse Williams. Up the field of play. Midfield, Taylor Gray, Alex McGrath from Spennymoor, England. Left off for Taylor. Into the wing, far side from right to left, attacking just outside of the 18. Wants to square it up, looking for help. Whammery's on the spot, walking it down into the 18. Centered to Whammery. Here's a shot deflected away by Chicago, and now they clear it down to midfield. We've reached full time on this first half, and no added time will be played between these two. The officials say 45 is enough at SeatGeek Stadium. Scoreless. A clean sheet at the half between Chicago Fire and Chattanooga Football Club. We'll be back with halftime analysis in just a moment. We'll break and return on Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network.
Show your Chattanooga FC pride everywhere you go with official club gear. From stylish hats and tees to cozy hoodies and scarves, we've got everything you need to represent your team. Visit our online store at ChattanoogaFC.com or stop by our merchandise stands at Finley Stadium. Gear up and wear your colors proudly. Let's paint the city blue together. Chattanooga Football Club. Your team, your style, your gear.
Hey Chattanooga, show your pride for the Chattanooga Football Club. Our team, our city, our pride. Join us at Finley Stadium and experience the thrill of live soccer. From heart-stopping goals to electrifying saves, there's nothing like the roar of the crowd. Get your tickets now at ChattanoogaFC.com and bring your friends and family for an unforgettable night. Together we can make this season one for the record books. Let's pack the stands and show our team the support they deserve.
This summer, the Games will bring us together to celebrate our nation's athletes, their sacrifices, resilience, and unwavering passion. Because at the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we believe athletes are defined by their journey, not the medals they win. And creating a safer stage for all levels of competition is our priority, from the practice fields in your town to the podium in Paris. Join the movement to end abuse at uscenterforsafesport.org.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Stay connected to all the Chattanooga FC action with the Chattanooga Kickoff Network. Tune in for live broadcasts of every match, in-depth analysis, and more. Whether you're at home or on the go, never miss a moment of the excitement. Follow us on social media at Chattanooga FC for the latest club news and updates. Chattanooga Kickoff Network, bringing the game to you.
Looking for a fun, exciting night out for your family? Look no further. We've got it. Chattanooga Football Club matches are the perfect family-friendly event. Enjoy the game, food trucks, and activities for kids of all ages. Make memories and support your local club. Visit ChattanoogaFC.com for schedule and ticket information. From thrilling goals to community spirit, there's something for everyone. Chattanooga Football Club, where soccer and community come together.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Become a part of the Chattanooga FC family. Season tickets are available now, offering you the best seats and exclusive perks. Enjoy priority access, special events, and much more. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the game, there's a place for you with CFC. Visit cfctix.com and secure your season tickets today. Together, we're unstoppable. And together, we make every game an event to remember. Chattanooga FC, where loyalty meets passion.
Attention Chattanooga FC supporters. Get exclusive content and insider access by following us on social media. From live match commentary to player interviews and training highlights, there's always something new to discover. Engage with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to stay in the loop and never miss a moment. Be the first to know about special events, ticket offers, and giveaways. Follow Chattanooga Football Club today and join our online family.
Hi, I'm EJ Williams for American Humane. For thousands of years, dogs have been our best friends in our worst times. Today, we're also learning that our best friends, millions of whom are abandoned each year, are often the best medicine when people are facing obstacles. To help both people and animals, organizations like American Humane have been working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, finding animals in need of forever homes and training them as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help our veterans, the elderly, and children overcome the daily obstacles of life. In this way, the rescued can become the rescuers. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Welcome back. We're back at halftime, taking a quick break to get some analysis on that first half of play. And we're going to look at some of the numbers from that first half, talk about what we saw and what to expect in the second half of play between Chicago and Chattanooga. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network. Glad you're with us. Chicago had 6 shots, Chattanooga had 5, but shots on goal, Chattanooga winning that category 3-1. Blocked shots, Chicago blocked a pair, Chattanooga blocked 1. You take a look at the total passes, and Old Chattanooga 286 to 184 for Chicago. Passing accuracy 89% Chattanooga, 80% Chicago. 2 corners to the Fire, which is dangerous. I mentioned that during the pregame. They were really efficient last time out with corners. That set piece threat, they scored from a corner and a penalty in their last match against Toronto. They're looking to repeat that and score on those set pieces. 3 crosses for the Fire, 0 for Chattanooga. 3 keeper saves for the Fire, 1 for Chattanooga. Chattanooga getting a lot more touches down in the 18 and in the attacking end than Chicago, but just unable to get those really high-quality shots. They've had a few, and Chicago has made highlight reel, show-stopping saves on those. They just need a couple more chances, and they need to get quality shots off when they do create those opportunities. First half of play in the books, scoreless between Chattanooga and Chicago Fire. Taking a look around Next Pro at some of the other matches, let's talk about what's going on recently in MLS Next Pro play. Back on May 31st, Atlanta United lost to Crown Legacy 1-0 at Fifth Third Stadium. Ventura County defeated Tacoma 3-2 at William Rowland Stadium. On June 1st, NYCFC defeated New York Red Bulls 3-2 at Belson Stadium. Carolina fell to Huntsville 4-1 at Truist Point. On June 2nd, Real Monarchs defeated Austin 4-0 at America First. Also, Inter Miami overcame Orlando 3-1 at Chase. Philly took down Columbus 3-1 at Subaru Park. LAFC 2 lost to North Texas 4-0 at Titan Stadium. On June 6th, so yesterday, Columbus defeated New England 3-1 at Lower Notcom Field. Philly lost to Cincy 2-0 at Subaru Park. Tacoma lost to St. Louis 1-0 at Starfire Sports Complex. Also going on right now, Orlando and Carolina. They kicked off at 7 Eastern at Osceola Heritage Park. And SKC2 is taking on Houston at Rock Chalk Park. NYCFC and Inter Miami kick off at 8:30 Eastern at Bellson Stadium. Austin and Colorado Rapids kick off at 9 Eastern at Palmer Field. Coming up tomorrow, Huntsville takes on Crown Legacy at 8 p.m. Eastern at Wicks Family Field. And on June 9th, New York Red Bulls taking on Toronto at 7 Eastern at MSU Soccer Park. A pair of matches in the 8 Eastern window. MNUFC, North Texas at National Sports Center. And Timbers in Ventura County going at it at Providence Park at 8 Eastern on June 9th. Finally, the nightcap, Whitecaps FC, LAFC 2, 9 p.m. Eastern at Swangard Stadium. That's going to do it for my halftime breakdown. I'll take another break. We'll be back with the second half of play. Scoreless, a clean sheet between Chicago and Chattanooga.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Hi, I'm EJ Williams for American Humane. For thousands of years, dogs have been our best friends in our worst times. Today, we're also learning that our best friends, millions of whom are abandoned each year, are often the best medicine when people are facing obstacles. To help both people and animals, organizations like American Humane have been working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, finding animals in need of forever homes and training them as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help our veterans, the elderly, and children overcome the daily obstacles of life. In this way, the rescued can become the rescuers. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Looking for a fun, exciting night out for your family? Look no further. We've got it. Chattanooga Football Club matches are the perfect family-friendly event. Enjoy the game, food trucks, and activities for kids of all ages. Make memories and support your local club. Visit ChattanoogaFC.com for schedule and ticket information. From thrilling goals to community spirit, there's something for everyone. Chattanooga Football Club, where soccer and community come together.
Become a part of the Chattanooga FC family. Season tickets are available now, offering you the best seats and exclusive perks. Enjoy priority access, special events, and much more. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the game, there's a place for you with CFC. Visit cfctix.com and secure your season tickets today. Together, we're unstoppable, and together, we make every game an event to remember. Chattanooga FC, where loyalty meets passion.
This is the Chattanooga Kickoff Network. Now back to more Chattanooga Football Club action with your play-by-play host, Gabriel Schrei.
Welcome back. SeatGeek Stadium. It's Chattanooga Football Club taking on Chicago Fire FC2. Scoreless after one half of play, about to get started with our second half. Glad you're along for the ride for this one. 74 degrees in the Windy City, just off the beautiful lakeshore, one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world, Lake Michigan, the Mitten State. This one is going to be an interesting second half of play. I think we're going to see this break open, especially with some whiteboard time for these two clubs. Chicago scored 4 last time out. These are two of the very best in Next Pro. Chattanooga, 3rd overall in the standings. A win would make them number 1, at least for the night. Philly Union and St. Louis out in front of them. Philly Union just has one less loss. They have the same amount of points as Chattanooga Football Club in the standings. St. Louis has one more point than Philly, and Chattanooga at 27 in the standings. Second half going to be very interesting. We talked numbers already, but a quick look at them again. Chattanooga, one last shot. 2 more on goal, though. 3-1 in that battle. Blocked shots 2-1. Chicago leads that category. Passing accuracy 89%. Chattanooga over the 80% of Chicago. Chattanooga kept getting the ball deep in the 18 and in the attacking area, but just couldn't get super high quality shots on goal. They did have a few, but they need to get a few more and find a way to push one in. At the half, in our other matches, Orlando trailing 2-0 to Carolina Core, and SKC 2 and Houston tied 1 goal apiece at the half. We're about ready to get back underway. Chattanooga Football Club will work from left to right in this second half at SeatGeek. The Fire will work from right to left. Chicago wearing their red home kits. Chattanooga all white on the road in the Windy City. A stone's throw from Cloudgate. It's Pro-Side Soccer on the Chattanooga Kickoff Radio Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei, and glad you're along for the ride for this one. Thrilling second half action is just moments away. Both clubs going to take a minute, get together, and get refreshed and ready to go. They've both had some whiteboard time. Who will be able to capitalize in this second half? Chicago scored on a pair of set pieces against Toronto in that 4-1 win. Chattanooga scored on a miracle kick by Mehdi Wamry, who delivered one from deep in the 18, a bicycle that was the number 2 play on SportsCenter Top 10 last Sunday. Ball from the very center. Chicago will start with it in this second half as they work right to left. We're ready to go from Chicago, Illinois at SeatGeek Stadium. It's Chattanooga and the Fire. No changes apparently to this lineup, at least at the moment. And we'll play with the lineup the same. Chicago kicking off to the far side and trying to get on the attack quickly. Driving down into the wing. This one a blown tire for Borso, who turns it over to Chattanooga. And CFC will throw in. Chattanooga Football Club. From the far side. Thrown in, this goes aerial off of a header right away. Chattanooga can't regather. Chicago Fire get it into the wing, far side, right to left, down towards the corner, looking for that centering feed. Sent back out to the edge of the wing. The Fire all the way to the middle of the field and misdirected as this one sails on him, and they'll have to go all the way back to Gall, their keeper. 46th minute, nearly over, just getting started with the second half, where it's a clean sheet between Chattanooga Football Club and Chicago Fire. Chattanooga brings this to the close side. Lost to the Fire at midfield, away from Taylor Gray. Long feed delivered by Lamont Rochester, the midfielder from Jamaica. Down into the wing, centering feed and sent away by Chattanooga. Regathered, Rochester has it just outside of the 18. Up to the corner of the 18, Pareba centers this up just beyond the penalty arc. Dribble, fighting his way inside. Charlie Howard tries the far side and intercept by Chattanooga Football Club. They're taking it down towards midfield. Long delivery, Wamry hits this, and it goes to the Fire, who will take over with the ball on the edge of their own 18. Way down on the right now, 47th minute, about to give way to a scoreless 48th minute between Chattanooga and the Fire. This one chipped over the top, floating down midway between the circle and the 18. Fire battling to gather this, sent close side, taken up by Vitali. He's got it towards the corner of the 18, centering feet from the penalty arc. A blast deflected away by Chattanooga, taken up again in the corner along the wing. Luke Perpa, he walks it into the 18 towards the penalty arc. Fire have it onto the edge of the wing, close side. Lamont with it. Rochester gives it off. Pareba centering feed. David Pareba gets it back down onto the edge of the 6. Here's a shot, rattled and gloved. What a save by Gene Antoine. Wow, unreal play. Antoine somehow batters the ball and keeps it from rolling over the top of himself. He has to come all the way out in a one-on-one situation, swats it, gloves it on the very edge of the 6th. It was all down to him to make that play. Chattanooga keeps the sheet clean, and they'll deliver this one, a long feed over the circle. Skying this, Aerial ball sent back by Chicago and gathered in the attacking third. Floated down in the wing far side. Borsa has it, defended by Joseph Perez. He fights his way, knifing his way down to the 18. Chattanooga takes it and clears it away. Towards the circle, Jesus Ibarra through a pair of defenders. Jimenez Aranzazu chips it over the top far side. This sails into the bench of Chattanooga. Rod Underwood on his feet, shouting out to his guys in SeatGeek, looking for more coordination out on the field of play. Chicago with possession. 49th minute, halfway over. Scoreless at SeatGeek. Fire trying to touch this for help. Chattanooga takes it away for a moment. Lamont Rochester now with it for the Fire. Chicago along the close touchline, right to left. Long feed down the field. Vitale fighting his way into the 18. Splits the difference between a pair of defenders. Backdoor pass. Perez cuts it off and now headed away by Jimenez. Aranzazu can't get this to a teammate. Chicago trying to pass it down to the corner of the 18. Taken away by Chattanooga. Sent to Taylor Gray. Gray through midfield. Towards the wing. Left to right. Down into the close wing, walking it, corner of the 18, knifes around a defender, centering feed on the penalty arc, bent back side, Jesus Ibarra. One man between him and the goal, takes a shot, it's deflected away, Chattanooga regathers, sent back to Jesus Ibarra, who's on the corner of the 18 far side, just out of the wing, Chattanooga. Jesus Ibarra takes it again, passed back to him by Villafaramina. To the circle, Jimenez Aranzazu, Farid Sarsar, far side, down along the touchline out front of the Chattanooga bench. CFC walking it back midway between the circle and the 18, not liking all the defensive pressure from the Fire, so they're rotating. We're into the 50th minute, closing in on our 51st where we're scoreless. Chattanooga with the ball. Long feed towards the 18, taken away by Chicago. Floated over the top. Fire with the ball into the circle. Chattanooga battles it away, and the whistle as the referee going to send this back to the Fire of Chicago. Greg Dobko wasted no time before giving that one back to Chattanooga's football club, or rather the other way, taking that away from Chattanooga's football club and giving it to the Fire. Very well sold on the circle, getting a look at the replay by the Fire. Their man goes down and didn't really look like that much contact, and he makes it a total sellout for the call. Doesn't last long. Chattanooga takes it away off the kick. Through the circle, Chattanooga, one pass now to Chicago bringing the press. McGrath goes backwards. Farid Sarsar, midway between the 18 and the circle, tries this over the line from midfield, delivered along the touchline, close side left to right. Alex McGrath splits two defenders. Referee is there, trying to keep with it. Taken away by Pareba. Chicago Fire with the ball. They're midway on the backside, going to go all the way to Gall, their keeper. Jeff Gall chips this, floating it, skying it close side. Headed back by Jesse Williams. Chattanooga centering feed. Williams back to Taylor Gray. Gray is trailed by a defender and boxed out as Gall takes this away again for the Fire. Chicago working right to left. 52nd minute clean sheet. Perpa to the far side. Chicago, they're way on the back. Now towards midfield. This one nearly out over the far touchline. Chattanooga tries to cut this off. Alex McGrath does take the ball away. We've got a man down for the Fire, and the call against Chattanooga, the captain's not happy with it. McGrath trying to dicker and deal with Greg Dobka, and a quick show of respect as he gives him a bit of a hug and says, okay, I understand. Call stands against Chattanooga. McGrath colliding with Dobka. Dobka sells out, flops immediately, and is able to draw the call. Chicago is getting everything when they flop in this one. Dobka makes another call. The Fire take over with the kick. They're in midfield about 5 yards behind the line. Chicago, midway between the circle and the 18. They've got it from right to left. Long feed along the touchline close side. Taylor Gray takes it away for Chattanooga. Struck back into the wing on the left. All the way back along their own 18. Floated over the top by Sarsar to midfield. Taylor Gray trying to fight this away. Taken up by Rochester in the Fire. Chicago centering up to Charlie Hauer, the midfielder. Floated over the top to Pareba. Pareba far side along the touchline. Trying to work right to left. Trouble for Chicago's Fire. They're going to come back to the close side. Just outside of the 18, they've got it delivered deep. Lamont Rochester looking from the edge of the 18, centering feed. Now back to the corner of the 18. Rochester loses it to Jesse Williams. The sheet still clean. The 53rd minute caving to our 54th at SeatGeek Stadium between the Fire of Chicago and Chattanooga Football Club. Tension building a bit between these two. Williams will throw in for Chattanooga Football Club. The ball down on the left, just out of the 18 for CFC. Thrown in a header. Chicago can't stay with it initially. Chattanooga headers it back out of the 18. Chicago threatening to gather again as it's sent off mistakenly. Villafaramina fighting for it. In pursuit, Vitale can't gather up the ball, and so Chicago will throw in as it's last touched by Villafaramina. Rochester floats this. Ball comes right back to him. Lamont with it around Jude Arthur. Vitale centering it and covered by Antoine. Vitale tried to square that up in front of the 6, and I'm not sure if he mistouched that or there was just not somebody where he thought they would be. Either way, Antoine covers that for Chattanooga. They take over. From left to right, long pass towards midfield, taken up by the Fire. Chicago with it just over the circle. Floated close side. Perpa looking, waiting, walking with it. Down towards the 18. He's midway into that attacking side. Chicago trying to split the difference between a pair of defenders. McGrath strips the ball away for Chattanooga. Alex trying to evade defenders. Tackled away from him. Pareba, far side. Chicago Fire just outside of the wing, right to left. Waiting, walking it towards the 18. He goes down, and the call right away. Ball will stay with Chicago. Vitale draws the trip. Perez gets tied up with him. And so now a prime scoring opportunity for Chicago on the set piece. That was actually Jesus Ibarra. And again, getting a call where it didn't look like there was a lot of contact. Hard to say. The ball is placed 3 yards beyond the corner of the 18 on the far side. It's perfectly lined up with the edge of the 18. This one, a prime scoring chance on the set piece for Chicago. They scored a pair of goals against Toronto on set pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red kits in the 18, midway between the penalty arc and the 6-yard box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white kits there. Chicago being defended by Chattanooga. This is their chance to score. Late in the 56th minute with a clean sheet. Set piece coming. Here's the signal from the official. Chicago standing by, waiting. He doesn't like something he sees in the 18. Whistle. Chicago to deliver the set piece from the far side. Bent out front, headed away by McGrath, the captain from Spennymoor. Beautiful play defensively by Chattanooga. Sheet remains clean in the 57th. Over the top by the Fire, into the wing. Chattanooga takes it again. McGrath, long feed through midfield, looking for Matty Wamry, taken by the Chicago Fire. Fire backwards all the way to goal, and Jeff has it on the penalty spot way down on the right for Chicago's Fire. Chicago wanting to go right to left and back onto the attack. Chattanooga playing up a bit. Tonight, Chicago running a 4-5-1, Chattanooga running the 4-3-3. So far, this has led to a deadlocked match between two clubs that have been very productive offensively. About 2 goals per match for these two this season. Chicago has scored 22 through 10. Chattanooga has scored 23 through 12. Goal differential positive for both clubs. +6 for Chicago. Chattanooga strips it away on an errant pass. Floated by Taylor Gray backdoor. Jesus Ibarra fighting for it just beyond the 6. Chicago takes it away. Deep in the 18, the Fire able to keep that away from Chattanooga Football Club. Now Chicago, long feed through midfield. They find Vitale. He's only got one man to beat, but Jesse Williams slows him down enough and tackles the ball away. Big collision at the hips. Vitale gets the call. Jesse Williams, ton of contact midway through our 58th minute, where our sheet is clean between the Fire of Chicago and Chattanooga Football Club. Glad you're with us. CKRN, Gabriel Schrei here, live covering the action from SeatGeek Stadium. Chicago puts us back underway. Ball rolled for the Fire towards the 18 of Chattanooga. Sent back to midfield. Aerial play, far side to the wing. Chattanooga fighting for it. And Perez, as he is rolling over the top of the Fire defender, can't get to the ball. He was battling for it down there. And battling with him, number 62 of the Fire, Borso, the academy product. Borso doing everything he can to keep Chattanooga from getting to that one as the call is drawn. Borso took it off an aerial play, came together with Perez, and he actually grabbed the hips of Joseph to try to slide around him, but he fell down in the process, and Perez boot caught him as Joseph fell to the ground. His boot caught him in the back of the head errantly. He was falling down. No call for Chicago. Chattanooga will deliver a goal kick. From the edge of the 18, long feed into midfield. Pinballs around, Chicago comes up with it to the far side. Long feed right to left, down towards the wing. Fire have it, dribble, onto the edge of the 18, from the corner out to the penalty arc. Squared up out front, Luke Purpo looking to get off a shot. Chattanooga deflects it away. Rochester, close side, back to Lamont. He delivers a shot, top left shelf. Nothing Chattanooga can do as that one is buried into the twine. It's 1-0 Chicago Fire at SeatGeek. What a score in the 60th minute. Beautifully delivered by the Fire of Chicago. The twine, top left shelf, leaving Antoine in place. What a score for the Fire of Chicago. And celebrating in style, he is letting everyone know he drained that one. Lamont Rochester gathered it up, walked it towards the 18, sent it up onto the corner of the 18 to Vitale, the midfielder. He goes back to Lamont. Lamont walks it into the very edge of the 18, left side, just out front of the post, in an absolute missile, top shelf left side. Nothing Antoine can do as he is left watching as that ball sails over his head and scores for the Chicago Fire. 1-0 at SeatGeek, the Fire out on top of Chattanooga's football club. Chattanooga now needs to respond. They're unfamiliar with. The best in the league at salvaging points in penalty shootouts this year. Seems like they've gone to shootouts time and time again. They've been in 4 of them. They've won 3. Chattanooga, a change made for the Fire. Purpa coming out of the match. It's the academy product, one of the special young guys on this roster that we could see represent America later in his career. Scored in April for the Fire Academy against Erie before getting his chance to play up with the next pro side against New England Revolution. Sudan scored a comeback goal against the Revolution for the Fire. And he's earned his place on the roster now for this club and has scored again since. Ball rattling around, pinballing through midfield. It's 1-0 Chicago in the 62nd minute. Chattanooga with it. They're way down on the left, back near their own 18. Ball sent to Antoine. The keeper plays it aerially. Chattanooga through midfield, across the circle, fighting for it. Jimenez Aranzazu gets this to McGrath. Long feed, down the close touchline, left to right. Taylor Gray has it, down along the edge of the 18. Tries to square it up, deflected by Rochester, and gloved by Gall. Jeff able to get at the native Chicagoan, prevents any damage from Chattanooga Football Club. It remains 1-0 Fire. 62nd minute about to elapse into the 63rd. Thanks for being with us. Gabriel Schrei here. Glad you're along for the ride. This one taken up by the Fire through midfield. Long feed down near the 18. Into the 18, passed back outside to Vitale. He goes to Rochester, who just scored. Lamont sends this towards the penalty arc. Ball comes back to him. Heavily defended by Taylor Gray. Rochester still going backwards. Fire all the way to the circle. Playing a little more conservatively after scoring that goal. Chicago out in front, 1-0. Here's a play. Vitale gets around via Faramina, gathers it up on the edge of the wing, going backwards. Lamont also going backwards, left to right. Chicago rotating and trying to create space. Chipped down into the wing. Rochester battling with Jesse Williams. Rochester and Williams duking it out down along in the corner near the wing. Taylor, Gray, and Williams strip this away from Rochester. Chattanooga has it. Nifty move by Mina, who sails this to the far side. Fire, the intercept, kept away from Jesus Ibarra. Wow, what a move going around Perez, streaking into the 18, squaring feed, and this one taken away by Chattanooga. Tried to send it out to the penalty spot. Nearly a perfectly placed shot on goal. Chattanooga at the very last minute able to break that up. The ball goes out towards the circle. Chattanooga and Chicago fighting for it. And a collision as Whamry tries to draw the call. Not going to get it. He came together with a Chicagoan who's still down, holding his knee. Those two appeared to have genuinely collided. Those two coming together just behind the circle. Immediately the official saying this goes to the Fire of Chicago. 1-0 Chicago Fire. 64th minute, closing in on our 65th. Chicago's going to have another spot. The set piece will come from probably 25 yards beyond the edge of the 18. 22, 23 from the penalty arc. It's a long delivery, but they're going to take it. And instead of trying to go over the top to Rochester, who's along the close touch line, he sends it towards the wing. Vitali finding his way inside, left off. Chicago is shot deflected away by Perez. Taylor Gray gathers. He's on the attack through the circle, fighting around a defender, looking far side for help. He's got one man over there he could go to, and he does. Delivers it to Jesus Ibarra. He's got some room. Ibarra towards the corner of the 18. Bent back door. Alex McGrath gathers it up on the edge of the 18. Well struck left side. Ball loose out in front. Whamry takes at it on the 6. Gloved away by Gall. Jeff clears it for Chicago. It's just on the edge of the wing. The Fire trying to keep this away. Chicago backwards again, down into the 18. The Fire float this over